Okay, so now, let's see, I just took that from the Celtic player, and I have the God of War out, and of course the labor for the God of War is conquer 3 more territories, and I get a free card, which I just did, so I will go ahead and grab that, put that in my hand, and I think that's all I'm gonna do, because otherwise I'm pretty weak over here, and I don't want to stretch myself too thin. I'll go ahead and end my turn, and then it would be the Celt's turn to go on his turn, but we're not quite done here yet. So, according to the game here, the game card, it says after I invade territories, I get to fortify a position. Alright, so I get to fortify a position. So, according to game rules, I can move an army from one territory to another territory if they're connected together. So, it looks like I got a few extra men here in Alemannia, the center territory with the temple on it. I think I'm going to move 2 men down to Spain, just to kind of fortify myself against the Celts, just in case they counterattack. So I'll go ahead and just move these 2 men down here. I do have to leave 1 man behind, as always. And that gives me a little bit of a fortification. Alright. And let's see, what else? I got the phone ringing. Alright, let's see here. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't need to answer that. Okay, so, what else do we have here? Alright, it says, embark from heaven. Let's take a look. We got heaven right here. Let's see. So, you'll notice that the each respective player, as we do battle on the board here, all our casualties, if the god of death is not out, our casualties then go over here to our respective heaven. Here, this is Elysium for the Greeks. And for the Norse, we have Valhalla. That's Valhalla. And for the Celts, you have, looks like Avalon for the Celts. All right. So I'm playing the Norse, and so I get to embark from heaven and invade the underworld. So what I do is, according to the game rules, I'm allowed to invade the underworld through these doors, and there's only 3 of them, and if I want, I could just invade the underworld and block the doors and prevent other players from going in, if I can. It's pretty tough to do. But there is, the relics in the underworld, the altars and the crypts, and those aren't victory points, and so I really should occupy those areas. So I'll take these 5 men. We'll go through this door right here, right? And so I leave 1 man behind, just like in a risk game. You have to leave 1 man behind in a territory, and then I move into the next territory. And these are like separate little compartments in the underworld, so it's kind of small. It's not like the map. It's just small little areas, and I'll go ahead and take this little, looks like a crypt here. So I'll go ahead and take that, and then I'll move on in and take this altar. Alright, that looks good. Alright, and that's about it. That was pretty simple. If I had some armies in the way, I would do battle in a classic risk style game. But there's no gods in the underworld, so it would just be a strict risk type battle. And my friend, who he just absolutely hates that part of the game because it's just pretty boring, and there's not much down here to look at. But it is 6 critical victory points, so you just never know. Anyway, so we go through here, and so that's embark from heaven, and of course on the card it says invade the underworld, which we just did, and then finally end your turn. And that's it. That's how you play this game. And of course now the Celts go and they do all their things, and we all duke it out until finally you get down. You go through each epic or epoch until you get down to number 5, and then that ends the game altogether. And the way you win the game is by the most victory points. Victory points are counted by territories. So the total number of territories you have, you don't divide by 3 or anything. So if you've got 20 territories, that's 20 victory points. If you have continents that are not broken, that adds to your victory points. So let's just say I had all of Germania here. I would get 5 extra bonus points for having Germania, so that make it 25. And of course, if I had the relics down here in the underworld, I have 2 of them, so that's 2 additional victory points. That would give me a total of 27 victory points, and hopefully nobody else would have that amount, and I would win the game. And that's how you play it. But let's just say the Celts, on their turn, they counted up their armies, they placed them down, and now they want to play a miracle card. Okay, so let's say he just had this miracle card right here. He has the God of Death out, so now he can play that miracle card, right? God of Death is sitting in Egypt, and he decides to play it, and guess what he has? The sea is your tomb, sink Atlantis. Oh boy, that's not good. So it does say sacrifice 3 faith and play on your turn, sink Atlantis. Well, guess what? He's got 3 faith tokens, so he plays it, and there's much anguish because now Atlantis is sunk. He removes all his armies from here, including his own, by the way. He had 1 guy right here, but he wanted to go after the Norse. And we place the plague markers removed, and we grab this little map covering and we place it over Atlantis, and now Atlantis is sunk and has disappeared from the game, and the Celts are rejoicing and laughing at the Norse. And you know, the loss of Atlantis is 3 for a continental bonus plus 4 territories. So that's like 7 victory points if you can sink Atlantis, in addition to whatever armies were sitting on there and the gods. His gods would be vanquished, of course, back to the Pantheon, and you know, the Norse can resummon it, but that takes faith. So, you know, so this is the give and take of the game, and it's a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. Well, that's Risk Godstorm. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck. Dazzle your friends with it.